Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a focused learner who has suddenly hit a total brick wall while trying to search the web, well, you're exactly in the right place. Today, we're going to rapidly break down how to solve this sudden search blockade by tackling a tiny but honestly mighty setting that dictates your entire browsing experience. There is literally nothing quite like the frustration of being deep in your research workflow, hitting enter on a search query, and then, bam, you're greeted by this exact message. The browser you're using has JavaScript turned off. It completely halts your momentum, right? But don't worry, this isn't a glitch, it's actually just a setting. And understanding how to navigate this across different interfaces is absolutely essential for keeping your learning efficient and smooth. So, the crucial point is simply turning that setting back on, so you can get back to your search. Sounds incredibly easy, right? But here's the catch. Because different systems organize their settings in kind of uniquely different ways, finding that specific toggle can sometimes feel like wandering through a maze. We're going to map out these different pathways for you so you can get back to your search in seconds. Okay, let's dive into this first common pathway. This method starts right in your standard settings menu. From there, you're going to navigate down to privacy and security, then hit site settings, and finally JavaScript. Once you're there, you'll want to select Sites Can Use JavaScript. Now, what you should really take away from this specific path is that you actually have a good bit of granular control. You might choose to enable JavaScript only for Google.com rather than applying it universally across the whole web. It's a great little detail to remember if you prefer keeping a tight lock on your general privacy settings while still, actually being able to search. Alternatively, depending on your browser, you might need a slightly different path. This one starts by clicking the More menu, followed by Settings. But notice the divergence here. Instead of heading to Privacy and Security, we're looking for a section titled Cookies and Site Permissions. Inside that menu, you'll find the JavaScript option. And for step 4, you'll just select Allowed. I really want to highlight that this option is explicitly tagged as the recommended setting. Having it presented this way in the menu, it's kind of like a helpful nudge, guiding you toward the optimal browsing experience. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference in system design philosophies. Up until now, we've looked at standard visual menus, right? Just clicking through user-friendly, organized lists. But there is a completely different, much more technical approach out there. Instead of clicking through layered menus, you can actually type commands directly into your address bar. Let's look at what that path entails. For this method, you bypass the standard settings entirely. Step 1, you literally type about.config straight into your address bar and press return. This opens up the hidden under-the-hood configurations of your browser. After clicking to proceed, you have to hunt for a very specific preference name. You're looking for javascript.enabled. Once you locate it, you'll just click the toggle or reset buttons to change its status to true. It's a highly direct, almost developer-like way of solving our search blockade. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is step 2. To even get to that JavaScript.enabled toggle, you have to click a button that literally says, accept the risk and continue. I mean, it is a surprisingly dramatic warning just to turn your search function back on. It sounds like you're about to launch a rocket, but really, you're just trying to get your search engine to run its background scripts. It's a fun little moment of high stakes right in the middle of our technical troubleshooting. Let's move to and see how this builds into a completely distinct pathway, Safari. This method is beautifully brief. You just go to Safari, open Preferences, select Security, and simply check the Enable JavaScript box. That's literally it, the whole shebang in 3 easy steps. It's a fantastic contrast to the previous methods. Instead of digging through advanced site permissions or typing developer commands, it's just sitting right there under the main Security tab. Finally, let's guide you through our last modular path. Now, this one requires a specific sidebar navigation. You'll start by going to Settings. Then you absolutely must click Advanced in the left sidebar. This is the key step. Without expanding that advanced menu, you simply won't find what you need. From there, the path becomes a bit more familiar based on what we've already seen. Click Privacy and Security, then Site Settings, then JavaScript, and right at the very top, turn on Allowed. We've mapped out all the distinct pathways today, from standard privacy menus to quick security checkboxes to those dramatic hidden configurations. By understanding how these menus are structured, you're empowered to fix this issue no matter what interface you find yourself using. So as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with a question inspired by our most theatrical browser setting. Will you accept the risk to keep searching? Armed with these clear, structured steps, I'm confident you're absolutely ready to unlock your browser, regain your search capabilities, and keep learning. Until next time, stay curious.